Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Oblivion Bound Wrestling. I am Mr. X, and tonight we have an amazing show for you. We have William Kennedy talking about the cancellation of OVW Fallout. We have multiple OVW Fallout matches, such as Connor McMeekin versus Reyes, the Women's Championship match. We also have so much more for you tonight, but we are starting with the owner of the company, Jackson Young. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the owner of the company, the Emperor of Excellence, Jackson Young. The OVW going through this recent graphical change, recent logo change. Jackson Young decided, all right, OVW Fallout was taking too long. Let's cancel it. And now we have this revamped OVW. I wonder what Jackson's announcement has to be about this revamped OVW. I wonder what is new about this iteration of OVW other than a logo, some new arenas, and some new graphics. What is new for this new OVW? What is the change? What is the update? I am very, very curious. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Oblivion Bound Wrestling. I apologize sincerely for having to cancel OVW Fallout. We lost the lease to the Hammerstein Ballroom. We couldn't get the arena. Anyways, to make up for that, most of the matches that were on Fallout will be tonight. The Women's Championship match, the X Division title match, those will both be tonight. And there will be more coming as well. William Kennedy, live on the mic, speaking the World Heavyweight Champion. And we have so many more surprises for you. However, I'm still a little disappointed over the cancellation of a very well-anticipated pay-per-view. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, tonight can make it up as the sole owner of OVW. Genuinely, I don't know how I can dig myself out of this hole, because this was something that I wasn't really planning, wasn't expecting, and well, I feel disappointed. Either way, after tonight, I don't really know what the future holds for Oblivion Bound Wrestling. I thought I owed it to the fans to get one more episode out, but after tonight, I can't lie. I don't know if we will be seeing much more Oblivion Bound Wrestling, at least not to the rate that it usually is. Wait, what the fuck?
Wait a damn minute, what the hell? What the hell? Who the hell is interrupting Jackson Young? Who the hell is this? What the hell? Oh my god! Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, that is Zayden, the former co-owner of OVW, current owner of Worldwide Pro Wrestling. I hear he has a new name, but no, I have gotten orders not to call him that corny bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, what the hell is Zayden doing here? Why the hell is he back in OVW? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, he was never fired. Zayden left OVW. Zayden left the project after Jackson Young refused to bury William Kennedy. What the hell is he doing here?
Jackson, oh Jackson. You're probably wondering, why are you seeing my face in OVW? Well, it's plain and simple. To overtake what was mine. And you know, as well as I know, that when I walked out, OVW went to shit. And now you see the success I've gotten. And I've proven myself, no matter who I face, win, loss, whatever. I've come through and shown who Zayden is. Now, in regards to why I wanted to attack you, it's plain and simple. You're a nobody just like everybody else on that roster. And I am so excited to prove that and so proud to do that. That being said, I dare you to make your next move wisely. Because whatever move you try doing next will for sure be your last. So all you have to do is hail the Antichrist. Just like that.
I'd say I'm happy to see you, but I'd be a lying piece of shit if I said that. What the hell are you even doing here? Like the audacity, man, of you to show up only after I rebuilt this place myself. You don't deserve to have any form of power here because I did everything after you took your ball and left because you didn't get your way. There is a reason I am the sole owner of OBW because I stuck around, because I believe in this place. You left. You left once you realized that I didn't agree with what you wanted. You left once you realized I actually knew what to do with this place. You left once you realized I'm better than you at running this shit. But I feel bad for you. So you know what? I'll give you what you want. But you'll have to beat me to get it. Later tonight, I hope you brought your gear because it will be Jackson Young versus Zayden. And if your roided up ass wins, I will give you your general manager spot back out of the goodness of my heart. But when you lose, don't ever come crawling back to me ever again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it is official. It will be Jackson Young versus Zayden later tonight on OBW. Holy shit, that is not something I thought I was going to see. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Aussie innovator, Luke Barnett, taking on the natural born killer, Matt West. After Matt's attack on Luke cost him the world title at OBW Redemption, they now have this grudge match here tonight on OBW. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the natural born killer, Matt West, former SCW United States champion, current owner of GZW United. Matt really isn't in a lot of places right now. He's cut down on the places he appears, but he has chosen to show up at OBW, making his mark at OBW Redemption, and now settling the score with Luke Barnett in this grudge match. Matt West, one of the greatest talents I think I've ever seen, had a critically acclaimed feud with Jackson Young over the SCW United States Championship. Genuinely, Matt West is very underrated. Someone that I've grown to genuinely appreciate over the last couple of matches I've seen him in. And now, Matt West fights Luke Barnett. And look at just the calmness in which Matt West walks to the ring. This is an attitude and a way of life I have not seen from Matt West in quite some time. Matt West used to be very lovable, used to be a guy that could carry the company. And now, after the Supreme Society, his whole shift in attitude has turned Matt West into a guy that I don't even know anymore. This is a guy I used to respect, a guy I used to idolize, really, when it came to professional wrestling. And now it's turned into this attitude, this arrogance, this anger. And now this isn't the Matt West I know, man. This isn't the Matt West I know. But he takes on Luke Barnett, and I hope to God Luke gets some form of payback tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Waka Flocka Flame hits, which only means one thing, and one thing only, in that the conductor of the hype train has arrived, Luke Barnett. This man was screwed over at OBW Redemption. Luke Barnett was screwed by Matt West, and now Luke enters OBW to get some revenge on Matt West. Rightfully so. This man was screwed. This man was attacked, and Matt West gave William Kennedy that win. And now Luke Barnett enters the ring to get some revenge on the natural born killer. Can Luke Barnett get some proper revenge, proper retribution, proper redemption tonight? Matt West, Luke Barnett. The bell is rung, here we go. Matt West with a right hand, waist lock on Luke Barnett. We're starting this with the technical masterpiece here. These two such great wrestlers. Matt West really wrenching on the waist here of Luke Barnett. Can Luke find a way to fight out of this? Can Luke find a way to counter? No, Matt West gets a side headlock takeover. Really working over the Aussie Innovator here. Matt West showing his technical prowess here against Luke Barnett. But Luke Barnett with a head scissors. Leg headlock with his legs. Luke now wrenching that head scissors. Luke Barnett, no slouch when it comes to in-ring ability. And now kick of face, Luke Barnett getting the advantage in that exchange. And now a big springboard moonsault by the Aussie Innovator. Cover by Luke. 1, 2, no, just a 1 count. Just a 1. And now Luke Barnett trying to get Matt West up, but Matt West gets the counter. And now a collar and elbow tie up, jockeying for control here. Matt West with the size advantage over Luke, but Luke pushing him into the ropes here. Now the ref trying to get a break here. And it's a clean break, ladies and gentlemen. Big right hand by Luke Barnett. And once again, a collar and elbow tie-up from these two men. And now once again, Luke Barnett shoving Matt into the corner this time. Ref trying to get a separation here. But Matt West with a kick to the gut. No clean separation this time around, at a springboard forearm by Matt West. And now Matt West looking for a Kamigoye, and he gets it. He gets all of it. Big right hand, no. This match starting to kick into the second gear here. Luke Barnett whipping Matt over the ropes. No, Matt with a forearm. This is the former SCW United States champion here, Matt West. And now Luke Barnett taking Matt down. What is he thinking? Big springboard drop kick by Luke Barnett. And now Barnett, nope, gets wrenched down by Matt West. Matt West now working the arm. Luke having to roll out the ring. Now Luke trying to get back into this. Forearm, down he goes. Big elbow drop by Luke Barnett. Barnett really showcasing his abilities here. Now wait a minute, Luke Barnett getting Matt to his feet. Big knee and a big neck breaker by Luke Barnett. What a combination by the Aussie Innovator. But no, Matt West shoves Luke Barnett off. And now Matt West could be looking to end this early. Went for a big pump kick, but no. Barnett able to get the counter. And now Luke Barnett with a big uppercut. This is the opening match to OBW. And they are already going crazy. Now Matt West with a lariat. Taking down Luke Barnett. And another Kamigoye by Matt West. And now a springboard coffin drop by Matt West. Cover on Barnett. 1. No, just a 1 count. Matt West cannot believe it. And now Matt looking to wrench at the arm. To work the arm of Luke Barnett again. Matt West really taking firm control here of this match. And another big lariat to Luke Barnett. But Luke gets the counter. Dragon screw leg whip by Luke Barnett. And now Barnett and Matt fighting on the outside. Got to keep mind of the referee's count. We're not at OBW Fallout. It was supposed to be a street fight, but now it is a normal match. They're going to need to get back in the ring at the count of 10. But Matt West and Luke Barnett still choosing to fight here. Keep in mind of the ref's count. Get back in the ring, guys. Come on. No, whip it. No, Matt, don't win like this, damn it. Don't win like this, you son of a bitch. The referee continuing the count. Luke's going to need to run. I don't even know what the count was at. I wasn't listening. But now Matt just, oh my God, right to the back. Fucking, what am I doing? Right to the back of Luke Barnett. And I went for a lariat, but Luke able to evade. Luke went for the right hand, no. Now Matt West, the chops and punches. I've seen this before. Big knee, no. Luke Barnett able to evade. And now Luke Barnett with the leaping on Prettier. Covered by Barnett. 1, 2, no. Matt West able to get the shoulder up. Now Luke Barnett roll through flatliner. Big move there by the Aussie Innovator. Now Luke calling Matt to his feet. What does Luke Barnett have in mind? Big springboard crossbody by Luke Barnett. Matt and Luke throwing everything at each other. And now, wait a minute. Luke Barnett has the Anaconda Vice locked in on Matt West. But Matt West not tapping out here. You will not be seeing Matt West tap out. Big up kick by Matt. Over on Luke. That could be it. It was a 2 count. I couldn't see the ref. I guess the cameraman did not want me to know what the count was. It was a 2 count. But no. Matt West now haunting to the masses. As Luke Barnett on the outside. Matt West slides in after him. Now Luke sends him into the freaking turnbuckle face first. My God. And now Luke Barnett has the arm of Matt West and takes him down on the outside. Luke now getting back into the ring. Top rope goes Luke Barnett. Big diving leg drop by Luke Barnett. And now he's got Matt West up. What does Luke have in mind here? Luke sending Matt West back into the ring here. Luke Barnett. Big right hand by Barnett. And there's the float over on Prettier again. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Luke Barnett gets his revenge here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match this was. Luke Barnett rightfully earned this win, and the crowd loves it. Luke Barnett obviously overjoyed to get the win over Matt West, and now he continues the hype train like nothing happened. What a win for the Aussie Innovator here tonight on OBW. Finally settling that little bit of score with the Supreme Society that he had. Could this mean Luke is on the path back to the World Championship? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, up next we have the OBW World Heavyweight Champion, William Kennedy, speaking to the masses. But later tonight, we also have Reyes versus Mika for the X Division title, a women's championship match between Sakura Badu and Ashley McKay, and your main event, Turan Cook versus Chris Campbell for the OBW Iron God Championship. But before we get to William Kennedy, we are going to have to go on a few commercial breaks. We will be right back on OBW. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the OBW World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the real deal, William Kennedy. This man has reigned as OVW World Heavyweight Champion since February 23rd of 2025, the original episode of OVW. This man has been World Champion since the very beginning. And now, William Kennedy makes his way to the ring for another talking segment. We have him talk a lot, don't we? But ladies and gentlemen, William Kennedy has arrived. Last time on OVW Redemption, William Kennedy was confronted by Cameron Witt, but we haven't really seen Cameron Witt in a while. He kind of vanished off the face of the earth. So now, OVW Fallout was canceled due to us losing the rights to the Hammerstein Ballroom, and now William Kennedy addresses the masses here tonight on OVW. The World Heavyweight Champion, and look at that new design, by the way. Gorgeous title. Absolutely deserving of a man who carries his company on his back like William Kennedy. He deserves a new design of the title, but anyways, William Kennedy is going to speak to the masses, and quite frankly, I have nothing else to say, so we're just going to watch the rest of his long-ass entrance. Never mind, I have something to say. Listen to this crowd. They are not very receptive of the real deal. They have been chanting and booing this man since his entrance began. And they're still freaking going. God damn, guys. This is not the reception I was hoping for William, but honestly the one I was expecting. God, this crowd really does not like the OVW World Heavyweight Champion.
OVW, it is finally time to open up this new era. You are looking at the king of No Pressure Studios, William the Real Deal Kennedy, the SCW Undisputed World Champion, and the OVW World Heavyweight Champion. We're looking to start this off with a bang, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I defeated Luke Barnett last episode on OVW Redemption. And then Cameron Witt wants to come out, kick me in the chest, and then what do I hear? Cameron Witt's gone. He's disappeared. You see, I want to tell you something, Cameron Witt. You were never going to beat me if you were just going to end up disappearing. In fact, the only person who should be the king of this place is William fucking Kennedy. Because I never run away, I never bow from no battle, and I never bend or break. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you come from, and a matter of fact, I don't give a damn if you're a good guy or a bad guy. The championships stay on the realest. And the realest deal of all is the person who is the best. And the best has to prove that here. So I'm telling you, everyone here tonight that's in attendance, this new championship that I'm holding into my hands, this new design isn't given to me for my excellence. It's given to me as a sign of symbolism that there is nobody that could touch my last title, and nobody is going to touch this new title in my hand. So if anyone wants to step up, now's your chance.
Now wait just a minute. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, super bad Shane Bale has arrived. Wait, why the hell is he challenging William? I thought he was on like equal of the asshole spectrum when it comes to him and William Kennedy. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. The current EWA Openweight Champion, Shane Bale, has arrived here in OBW. What the hell? I didn't expect Shane's music to hit. This is insane. What the hell? Well, Shane Bale has had a breakout year in the year 2025. He was on WCW, got very over on there before the company magically disappeared. He has had a breakout year on LPW, had a grand entrance at, I believe it was Independence Day. Shane Bale has had a breakout year in professional wrestling, and now maybe he wants the OBW World Heavyweight Championship. This is not the guy I was expecting to see challenge William.
Well, if it isn't my good old buddy old pal, the real deal himself, William Kennedy. How's it going, buddy? But look, let me just tell you why I'm out here before you get ahead of yourself, because let's be honest, you probably didn't expect me to come out here and interrupt you, but let me just explain to you why I did what I did, all right? You see, for years now, I have sat back and seen you rise from nothing, from being a tag team guy in a mediocre group, to being one of the biggest names that this business has to offer, to being a main event caliber talent, and to being a top star in this industry. However, during that time, somebody else has been rising the ranks. Somebody else has been making waves in this business, and somebody else has been becoming a superstar parallel to you. And you are looking at him. And now I'm looking at one more obstacle, one more mountain to climb, and that is winning the OBW World Heavyweight Championship and defeating the real deal at his very best. Because next week, William, next week, I fulfill my destiny and my dream of becoming OBW World Heavyweight Champion while crushing your dreams too. And that is courtesy of the man with the greatest era in professional wrestling history. Super bad Shane Bale. And one more thing. Boom!
Yeah, that's really cool and all, Shane. What'd you say? You wanted a match? Okay, alright, cool. Somebody in the back make the match happen. Shane, you could really zip it up when you're done because I didn't need to hear all that. You could have just asked for a match, but all right.
Jesus Christ. How long did Shane go? Anyways, well, on to the next match, which is Jackson Young versus Zayden. But before we get to that, we have a few commercial breaks again. Jesus, Shane, shorten up your promos, man. My God. William almost fell asleep, and William was standing right across from him. I almost fell asleep, and I'm a commentator. But we have Shane Bale versus William Kennedy. I guess that's next week. Anyways, commercial break.
Notorious, so notorious, so notorious. They call me notorious for living it up and not giving a fuck. Like a lion in a land of sheep, feel my teeth as they sink in deep.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes, the owner of the company, Jackson Young, who made this match official at the beginning of the show. He now faces his former co-owner, Zayden, in a match. This is something I wasn't expecting because, well, I never expected Zayden to come back. I kind of thought he didn't like Jackson for reasons of his own fault because Zayden left. Like, that's the problem. As the commentator, I know what goes on in the back. Zayden left OBW because he was mad that Jackson didn't want to bury William Kennedy. And that is why Zayden didn't like this guy for ages. And now he randomly comes back? Like, what the hell? That's interesting. But anyways, Jackson Young having to take on his former co-owner. This is going to be pretty interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we saw him return at the beginning of the show. We saw him come back. A return I was never expecting when it comes to OBW. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Zayden, the Antichrist. And wow, he actually did bring his gear. Zayden is here for a match against Jackson Young. Something I never would have expected. I also never would have expected the man to dabble in steroids. Because look at the size of this ham hock. Zayden has to be like at easily 285 now. Look at the physique. That is not natural. I've seen Kardashians with more natural physiques than Zayden. Holy Christ. What did they give him? Did they give him Hogan's stash? God. Anyways, Zayden returns to take on Jackson Young. This should be a good match, I think. I haven't really seen Zayden wrestle since that casket match, so we'll see what happens. Jackson Young, Zayden. Ladies and gentlemen, the bell rings, here we go. Jackson Young going for a springboard cutter out the gate. Gotta do the flippy bullshit. Anyways, now he's got Zayden. Nope, Zayden counters to the right hand. Now a collar and elbow tie up to start this match off. Jockeying for position. Jackson's got a waist lock on the big man. Jackson's got a waist lock on this roided up motherfucker. Now Zayden using that unnatural power to take Jackson Young down. And now he's got him in a chin lock. Wrestling Jackson down with those 24-inch pythons. We really need to administer a drug test on this man. And now a knee to the back of Jackson Young. And a springboard moonsault by Zayden. Cover on Jackson. One. No. Just a one count. Jackson rolls out. Obviously not expecting a roided up man to be his opponent tonight. And now a waist lock onto Zayden. Jackson Young trying to take the average 80s wrestler down here. But no. Zayden gets the waist lock. Again, that unnatural power being used to his advantage. This time, Jackson Young gets a chin lock on this mountain of a man. Jackson Young, obviously a very good technical wrestler, despite his tendency to not really try all that much. He has a tendency of that. But now Jackson with the chin lock. But Zayden, once again, trying to power up, but Jackson just transitions it into a wrist lock. This is a very technical start to the match. These two are very, very great wrestlers. And now once again, the collar and elbow tie-up. Zayden and Jackson jockeying for position here. Jackson surprisingly shoving Zayden into the corner. I think that's just technical prowess on Jackson's side. And oh, Jackson went for the clean break, but Zayden took the cheap shot. Now, what the hell? Obviously, I think Zayden has overestimated what he can still do in his moveset with his new size advantage. I don't think Zayden really knows what he can do here, but went for a takedown, but Jackson Young shuts that down with a knee. Again, Zayden is a big man. I don't think he can really be doing all that flippy shit anymore. Jackson Young now whips Zayden off the ropes, drops down, leapfrog. Big kitchen sink by Jackson Young. We're seeing a very Jackson Young start to his moveset here. Oh, what the fuck? That flying knee might have just broke the man's jaw. Jackson might have just lost the one thing he's good at, talking. 2 count, though. Jesus, that was a swift knee. And now a sleeper hold onto Jackson Young. Zayden constricting the body of Jackson Young, constricting the Emperor of Excellence. But Jackson Young able to somehow break out of the hold. My God. Now Jackson with a big clothesline. The Emperor of Excellence, really great at what he does. And now, wait a minute, Jackson looking for a ripcord. Ripcord knee by the Emperor of Excellence. And now Jackson looking for a springboard moonsault that connects beautifully to Zayden. And now Jackson Young whipping Zayden off the ropes, drop down. And a big Busaiku knee. Cover. 1, 2, no. Jackson was unable to get the W from the knee. And now Jackson Young trying to think of what to do next to Zayden. Looking for the royal pedigree. Jackson has been hitting this move a lot more recently. It's been more effective. 1, 2, no. Shoot out on Zayden. And now Jackson with a shooting star press. Surprising agility from Jackson Young. Something I don't really see him hit too often. A shooting star press. And now Jackson Young taking Zayden down. Going off the ropes. Big penalty kick and a double stomp by Jackson Young. And there is where he is most prominent. That striking. And now Jackson calling Zayden to his feet. On the middle rope. What does Jackson have in mind here? Big diving cutter. Jackson Young really showcasing himself here. 1, 2, no. Jackson having to pull a lot of moves out of the bag that you don't normally see him doing. A big bicycle kick by Zayden. He tried to grab Jackson, but Jackson able to counter. And now Jackson Young calling Zayden to his feet here. What does the Emperor of Excellence have in mind? A springboard 450 that does not work. The 450 clothesline did not work to Jackson's advantage. And now Zayden just chucking the owner outside of the ring. If Zayden wins, he gets ownership back, or at least his co-ownership. And now a float over Liger Bomb on the floor by Jackson Young. Surprising agility from the man. You don't normally see this out of him. And now a kick. And now, wait a minute, what's Jackson have in mind here? Big axe kick does not connect. Zayden moved out the way. Big bicycle kick again. Zayden really fighting with Jackson on the outside here. And now, no, don't do this. Just a rake to the back by the Antichrist. And now Zayden has Jackson Young. Big Yokosuka cutter by Zayden. This guy really is showcasing his new power here. But now Jackson whips Zayden back into the ring. What does Jackson Young have in mind? Never mind, what a forearm by Zayden. That could be it. That might have knocked Jackson's lights out. 1, 2, no. 2 count on the Emperor of Excellence. And now Zayden. What the hell is he doing? What the fuck? Springboard 450 by the big man. And another big knee by Zayden. And now, trying to get Jackson up to his feet here. Zayden went, I believe, for the sleeper again, but this time Jackson got the counter. And now Jackson Young looking for the go to sleep. GTS onto Zayden. Cover. 1, 2. No! Zayden gets the shoulder up. Somehow, some way. This has been one hell of a match so far between Jackson Young and Zayden. And now Jackson Young calling the big man to his feet. What does Jackson have in mind here? Looking for the royal pedigree. No. Zayden gets the counter. Oh, it spikes Jackson on his head. Oh my God. 1, 2. No. Jackson able to get the shoulder up. Oh my God. Zayden with complete disregard for human safety. And now getting Jackson into a powerbomb. No, Jackson gets the counter. Wait, what the hell? Is Jackson going for a 619? Jackson Young with a 619. Something I've never seen that man hit. And now Zayden up on his feet. What does Jackson Young have in mind here? What the hell is he doing? Oh, an apron destroyer by Jackson Young. That is unique. What a move by the Emperor of Excellence. And now getting Zayden up to his feet. Jackson sending Zayden back into the ring. The Emperor of Excellence lifting up Zayden. Now looking for the royal pedigree again. He gets it. All of it. Cover on Zayden. 1, 2. No. Jackson Young unable to put his former owner away. And now Jackson Young having to think of what to do next. Now what the hell is this? A Kamigoye by Jackson Young. 1, 2. No. Zayden gets the shoulder up again. Jackson really innovating his offense here. No, wait, Zayden's up on his feet. Big forearm. Zayden was on his feet. Forearm again. Cover. 1, 2. No. Jackson got the shoulder up. Zayden can't believe it. And now Zayden, what could he have in mind here? He was waiting for Jackson to get to his feet. And now he's got that sleeper hold applied again. Jackson could fade. Jackson could tap. This might be it. Jackson Young is in the hold. But no. Once again, Jackson Young breaks out of the sleeper hold. I'm a little surprised, but Zayden doesn't make it last. Another big forearm. That's the third one tonight. 1, 2, 3. Zayden wins the match. And I believe gains his co-ownership back. Zayden wins the match. What a win for the Antichrist. Zayden defeating Jackson Young. Jackson really did give it everything he had, but Zayden shut him down at every single turn. And now Zayden celebrating still. The referee leaving the ring. And now wait a minute. Jackson's up. These two staring down. Wow. Something we rarely see from Jackson Young. A show of respect to Zayden. Wow, man. Now wait, Zayden's just leaving? Zayden's leaving again? What the hell? Well, anyways, Jackson Young, I think he's honestly a little confused. Zayden just up and left. And now, wait, what the hell? What the hell? I hear some form of commotion going on, I believe. What the hell? What the hell? Who the hell turned out the lights? Oh my God!
Everybody here really believe this dumb cunt. Look, Jackson, you may believe yourself when you say these words with heart and soul like you actually give a fuck. Well, let's just put this simple. I used to care too. But guess what? I quickly learned bad or good or anywhere indifferent, nobody cares. As long as you aren't the key people in this community, they won't care. So guess what? Even when you say all this now, you'll be forgotten. Just like I was. And I used to be unwanted, but I'm still forgotten at heart. But, let's make this simple. I will purify you. I will fix you and I will make you perfect. In my world and the enabler's world. Because let's say this. He might be in my heart and soul, but he's also in my head. As he's just as much as me as he is you.
Brody Reeves just bloodied up the owner of the company. What the hell? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to your next match of the evening. We have St. Peter Reyes versus Connor McMeekin for the OBW X Division Championship. But keep in mind, later tonight, we still have Ashley McKay versus Sakira Badu for the OBW Women's World Championship, and Cook versus Campbell for the Iron God Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. OBW X Division Championship. And here comes the challenger, St. Peter Reyes. He confronted McMeekin at OBW Redemption, held up the championship, and now challenges the Green Machine for the strap here tonight at OBW. This man has been all around the globe and now enters the Coliseum of OBW to challenge our X Division champion, Connor McMeekin. This is going to be absolutely insane. And no, Steve, no! Our poor cameraman, Steve. And he's laughing at him, that despicable piece of shit. And here comes the OBW X Division Champion, the Green Machine, Connor McMeekin. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has held the title since February of 2025 as well. One of the inaugural champions, Connor McMeekin, who is wearing Canadian gear despite the fact I thought he was Irish. Pick a struggle, Connor. Pick a struggle. The OBW X Division Champion, Connor McMeekin. This was originally the OBW Your Championship. However, that was swiftly changed once this company came back. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied tonight. However, Connor McMeekin enters the Coliseum of OBW X Division Champion. But the real question is, will Connor McMeekin leave OBW X Division Champion? That is the question that is going to be answered. Look at that new design of the title, by the way. Connor McMeekin really getting an upgrade here in terms of championship design. And now, this is where it leads. This is where it goes. Connor McMeekin, St. Peter Reyes, OBW X Division Championship. There it is, the new design. The title these men are fighting for.
OBW X Division Championship. Saint Peter Reyes, a man of experience, of longevity, a man that is skilled in his own right. But we also have the OBW X Division Champion, the Green Machine, the Irish Canadian, Connor McMeekin, the OBW X Division Champion. One of 3 longest reigning champions in the company. Kennedy, Cook, and McMeekin. Referee raising up the title. Connor McMeekin, St. Peter Reyes, X Division Championship match. Here we go, the ref rings the bell. And Reyes immediately with a big knee. Reyes did not waste his time here. Big elbow, big kick. St. Peter Reyes with a huge clothesline. Connor McMeekin countering that leg drop though. The Green Machine with a kick to the leg now. Connor McMeekin. Kick to the back now too. McMeekin with a stomp to the leg of Reyes. And now Connor with a taunt. Connor really feeling himself tonight. And now a roll up on St. Peter Reyes. Cover. 1. No, Reyes kicks out swiftly at 1. Now McMeekin has Reyes on the ropes. What does Connor have in mind here? Never mind. Reyes just chucks him to the outside. Connor and Reyes. This is how we're starting it here. I don't see a collar and elbow in sight. Reyes keeping the ring to himself here. McMeekin trying to maybe think of some strategy. Big right hand by Reyes. Another one. McMeekin, though, shoves him off. And now the collar and elbow begins. Now these two jock for position. McMeekin now shoving Reyes into the corner. Referee trying to get McMeekin off of Reyes, and Reyes takes a cheap shot right to the gut. McMeekin right back into the collar and elbow. Jockeying for position, these two are. This time Reyes gets the advantage, shoving the champion into the corner. And a clean break. McMeekin showing his character, doesn't take a cheap shot. And now big elbows to the gut of Connor McMeekin. Reyes now whipping McMeekin off. Leapfrog by Connor. Drop down. Big kick missed. The forearm missed as well. Now Reyes got them right back into the collar and elbow. And now Reyes once again backing the champion into the corner. And once again a clean break. Big right hand by Reyes though. Monkey flip by Reyes. Springboarding up. St. Peter Reyes with a big twisting cross body. 1, 2. No, we almost had a new champion right there, but McMeekin able to get the shoulder up. This match really off to a expected start between these two. Reyes now with a forearm on McMeekin. What is he doing? Slingshot DDT onto the apron by St. Peter Reyes. And now pummeling Connor on the outside here is Reyes. This man is not taking prisoners tonight. This man is all business. St. Peter Reyes now lifting McMeekin up. Going to whip McMeekin back into the ring, but no, McMeekin has other plans. As now McMeekin has St. Peter Reyes. No. Reyes with elbows. And now Reyes with a drop kick to McMeekin. Up goes McMeekin. Now Reyes with combos. Big forearm. Reyes now whips McMeekin off. Big pop-up. Big kick by Reyes. Reyes now lifting McMeekin up. What does St. Peter Reyes have in mind? Ooh, never mind. He messed it up. McMeekin now big drop kick in the corner. The Green Machine getting back into the advantage due to that slip up from Reyes. And wait, what the fuck? Connor McMeekin showing unusual power here. What the hell? What did they put in this man's Lucky Charms? Big press slam by Connor McMeekin. And now a big senton by Connor. Again, what did they put in his Lucky Charms? Because that man is not built like a press slam senton type of guy.
McMeekin, though, went for a right hand, but Reyes gets the counter. Connor, never mind. McMeekin gets elbows. The Green Machine now. Big drop kick to the back of Reyes. Cover. Not even a one. That wasn't even... There was no count to be made there. Reyes powered out of that. And now a reverse DDT by St. Pedro Reyes. And now Reyes lifting McMeekin up. He went for something, but McMeekin gets the counter. Counter for counter. These boys are going here. But a drop kick to the back of Reyes. McMeekin getting back into the advantage. And now working the leg of the challenger. The champion now in control. Showing why he is the OBW X Division champion. And now Connor McMeekin has St. Peter Reyes in the corner. What does McMeekin have in mind? Big right hand. A stomp to the gut. Now McMeekin pulling him up. Big axe handle there to the face of Reyes. And now Connor McMeekin. Big super kick. Double super kicks by McMeekin. Could be it. We could have a retaining champion. 1, 2. But Reyes gets the shoulder up. McMeekin couldn't put it away. And now Connor could be looking for the lucky charm. This could be it. No, Reyes counters it. Now what is Reyes doing here? No. Oh, a big face buster by Reyes. I don't know what the hell he calls that, but 1, 2. No. McMeekin gets the shoulder up again. Now Reyes lifting Connor up. What does Reyes have in mind? Off the ropes goes McMeekin. Hop into the German. That could be it. 1, 2. No, McMeekin got the shoulder up just barely. And now Reyes, what the hell? Removing the turnbuckle. And the ref immediately checking that. The ref not wasting a single minute here. But no, Reyes, that face buster again on McMeekin. However, he cost himself 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, that was like a 5 count before the ref got there. Reyes cost himself. He would have been champion if it weren't for that mistake. And now McMeekin went for the kick again, but it just doesn't connect. And that might cost him as Reyes now. 1 amigo. 2 amigos. He's got uno and he's got dos. How about 3 amigos? The 3 amigos by St. Peter Reyes. Cover. 1, 2. Connor McMeekin gets the shoulder up. Reyes and McMeekin both going at it here. Powerbomb by Reyes. What is he looking for? Big knee by St. Peter Reyes. McMeekin in trouble. Now Reyes. Kick to the gut. Looking for a DDT and he gets it on McMeekin. Reyes and McMeekin putting on a clinic here. And now Reyes looking for the springboard again, but McMeekin this time just gets out of the way. Connor McMeekin now getting Reyes up to his feet. What does Connor have in mind here? Why is McMeekin going to the top rope? What does Connor have in mind here? Big diving axe handle to the back of the head of Reyes. Covered by McMeekin. This could be it. 1. No, just a 1. Just a 1. And now they're both on the outside of the ring. Reyes. Face first goes McMeekin. Connor and Reyes both going at it. Now McMeekin gets Reyes back into the ring. McMeekin and Reyes. These two men have been going at it for a while now. What a match this has been, ladies and gentlemen. And now wait a minute, Reyes whips McMeekin all the way to the outside. What does Reyes have planned here? He's got McMeekin up. Reyes could be setting up for something big. What the hell? What the hell was that? Oh my God! They found him! The Trash Man's alive! Elias DeMarco is an OBW, and he has just wrecked this entire match, ending it in a disqualification. What the hell? Elias DeMarco just trashed the X Division title match, and now he's acting like he won the belt. In reality, I think this is a message from the Trash Man. Elias DeMarco wants the OBW X Division Championship. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the OBW Women's World Championship match between the Princess Sakura Santiago Badu and Ashley McKay. This is the first ever women's match in all of OBW and will crown the first ever OBW Women's World Champion. We also have your main event, Karan Cook versus Chris Campbell for the OBW Iron God Championship as well. This is going to be one hell of a match between two very skilled women's wrestlers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Ashley McKay. This woman is one of the most talented women in all of the professional wrestling industry. This woman has done everything there is to do. And now she enters OBW to try and win the OBW Women's World Championship. But she has a heavy obstacle in her way if she wants to achieve that. That obstacle being the Princess Sakura Santiago Badu. This is going to be one hell of a match. No, wait a minute. Are we gonna get Sasha Banks? Is this Sasha Banks? Is Sasha here? No, wait, I forgot. She stole her intro. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Sakura Badu. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is one of the most arrogant women in all the industry, but can't come up with her own intro to a theme. I swear that intro was already used. Anyways, Sakura Badu here challenging for the OBW Women's World Championship. This is going to be one hell of a match. And now she's just aura farmed in the corner. Well, okay, I guess. Aura farm while you can, because you got a match coming up. That truly is a gorgeous championship, ladies and gentlemen. The OBW Women's World Championship. That is what this is all about. Referee raising up the title. McKay. Badu. Women's World Championship match. Here we go, the bell is rung, and Ashley McKay with a strong lariat to start this one out. Went for a coffin drop, but Sakura got up, but Sakura connects with one of her own to the back of Ashley McKay. Both these women went coffin drop for coffin drop, and now a super kick to the back of the head. No, big pump kick sends Ashley flying. Sakura Badu now a collar and elbow tie up these two women. Jockeying for position, but Ashley McKay with the size and strength advantage. Pushing Sakura into the corner and taking the cheap shot while she can. Now Badu with a punch of her own. Sakura now. Springboard, no. Oh, springboard eye of the hurricane. Sakura Badu, agile as ever. And now Sakura springboards up. Big cutter, didn't get all of it, but it was enough to knock Ashley off of her feet. Sakura underestimated the amount of distance she'd need for that cutter. Now a collar and elbow again. Ashley McKay, Sakura Badu. These two women, and now just shoving Sakura off. The power of Ashley McKay. And now these two women jockeying for position again. This time, Ashley McKay gets an arm wrench on Sakura, showing more technical prowess over Badu. And now Sakura takes Ashley down. Oh my God. Really wrenching that arm. Now Badu with a big spear that splits her in half. Oh my God, cover. 1, 2. No, just a 2. Shakira almost had this belt won. And now Shakira wanting to close in on the championship. Whipping Ashley off the ropes. No, Ashley gets the counter. And now Ashley McKay went for something, but no, Shakira gets the counter. Now Badu with a crossface. Shakira with a crossface on Ashley McKay. Could Shakira Badu win the women's world title? But no, Ashley breaks out with a kick to the gut as well. Now Ashley McKay has Shakira on the ropes. Big arm wrench there by Ashley. Shakira is down, and now Ashley McKay really feeling herself here. Taunting to the masses. But Shakira pops up, gets all of the ace crusher this time around. All of the springboard cutter. Shakira going for combos, but no, Ashley gets the counter. McKay now sending Shakira all the way to the outside of the ring. Shakira Badu, Ashley McKay, women's title on the line. These two are giving it their all. And Ashley with a big drop kick to Shakira Badu. Now just kicking mockingly at Shakira, which I don't really think is a very wise decision. That could just fire Shakira up. As case in point, Shakira fighting back here. Firing up against Ashley. And now Shakira pops her up. Big pop-up powerbomb by Shakira Badu. And now Badu. What is she doing here? Tombstone lung blower on Ashley McKay. And now Shakira taunting on the apron. What does she have in mind here? Shakira springboards up. Big kick by Badu. Almost knocking the jaw off of Ashley McKay. And now Shakira calling Ashley up to her feet. What does Shakira have in mind? Never mind. Ashley gets the counter. What the hell is this? Looking for a big DDT on Shakira Badu. Now Ashley McKay calling Shakira up to her feet. This could be bad. Wait a minute. Badu gets the counter. Big drop kick to the leg of Ashley McKay. Went for the kick. No. These two women going combo for combo. Big headbutt there by Ashley. Cover. 1. No, just a 1 count. Now Ashley McKay really working Shakira here. And now just taunting her. Calling her up to her feet. What does Ashley have in mind? Springboard up. Big cutter of her own. These two women going cutter for cutter here. And now Ashley looking for a super kick maybe. And she gets all of it. Shakira is down. Ashley McKay has this match in her favor. And now the triple back elbows by Ashley McKay. And she got every single one of them. Now Ashley taunting Badu with a big hip attack by Ashley McKay. Cover. 1, 2. No, Shakira gets the shoulder up. Gotta give credit where credit is due to Shakira. Now Badu with a big forearm. Oh my God. Cover. Hook the leg. 1, 2. My God, big kick out. Shakira Badu and Ashley McKay have been having a wonderful match here. Now Shakira calling Ashley up to her feet. Shakira now looking for something, but no, Ashley gets the counter. And now Ashley, defeat onto Shakira Badu. Cover on Badu. 1, 2, 3. Ashley McKay is your inaugural OBW Women's World Champion. What a match these two women put on. But Ashley McKay was able to get the victory. What a win for Ashley McKay, your new and first ever Women's World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match. Ashley is still celebrating in the ring from what I see. Wait, who the hell is that? Who in the hell is that? Oh, what a DDT on the, what the hell? A DDT on Ashley, and now Shakira, who's still worn out from the match, eats a DDT as well. Who in the hell is that? Who the hell is that? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are on your main event of the evening. the Samoan Soldier, Chris Campbell, taking on the Iron God champion, the Dream Killer, Karan Cook. But before we get to that, we must get to a few commercial breaks. I know, it's insufferable. But ladies and gentlemen, we gotta get paid somehow. We will be right back after a few commercial breaks. What the hell just happened? Who the hell was that? What a night this has been. All right, let's get to the commercials.
Hey, I'm Kyle, here to tell you about an amazing new product, the Jizzle. Now, I know what you're saying. Kyle, I already got a cum rag at home. But the Jizzle is not your ordinary cum rag. It's designed using space-age technology, materials actually used on the space shuttle available to you to clean up your cum. Look at this mess over here. Boy, that's a lot of cum. Don't use this crusty old sock. Look at this. You're just pushing it around. See how it's just pushing the cum around? Now your sock's dirty. Who needs that? Check this out. You're gonna love it. The Jizzle. Wipe, gone. Easy peasy. Look at this. See all that cum? Splooge on the carpet? No worries. Just simply lay the Jizzle over it. Apply some pressure, like that. Look at that. It soaks it up. It literally sucks the cum out of the carpet. Now that's something your mom's bathrobe isn't gonna do. Got cum on your arm? No problem. Check this out. Wipe. Cum's gone. You can go out to a fancy restaurant, not have to worry about it. But don't take my word for it. Listen to some of our satisfied customers.
It's great. I mean, I have 4 teenage sons at home. I couldn't live without it.
I have one for the car, one for the boat, and one at home. It's great on camping trips. The Jizzle is a miracle.
Guys, you're gonna spend $20 a month on paper towel and toilet paper to clean up all your cum. But if you act now, you'll get not 1, but 3 Jizzles for the low payment of $9.99.
Order the Jizzle today for $9.99, no CODs.
What in the actual fuck is a Jizzle, ladies and gentlemen? Anyways, we are back live on OBW, getting ready, getting geared for your main event. What a night it has been so far, with surprises, turns, twists at every corner. But now we end this night off with the Samoan Soldier, Chris Campbell, taking on the OBW Iron God champion, the Dream Killer, Karan Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, I still can't process what just happened after that Women's World title match. Who in the hell was that? Anyways, we are now ready for your main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now waiting in anticipation for the Samoan Soldier, Chris Campbell. This is going to be a Haas Fest if I've ever seen one. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Campbell is here at OBW. And he will be taking on the Dream Killer, Karan Cook. This man showed up at OBW Redemption, attacking Karan Cook. And I'll say he has a new look since then. Cut his hair, tanned up a little bit, got some new gear. Chris Campbell looks mighty different, but also laser focused on the task at hand. Chris Campbell looks laser focused on winning that OBW Iron God Championship. But the real question is, will he be able to topple the Dream Killer, Karan Cook? And here comes the OBW Iron God Champion, the Dream Killer, one of the most dominant men to ever grace professional wrestling, one of the most long-tenured professional wrestlers in the industry right now, the Iron God Champion, the Workhorse Champion, Karan Cook. Karan Cook, who does officially have the most defenses under his belt as Iron God Champion. And now he main events OBW again to defend the Iron God Championship against Chris Campbell. The Dream Killer arrives once again. He defended the title against Tenacious B. He defended the belt against Silas Gray. He defended the belt. He has defended multiple times, and now he defends against Chris Campbell. Two of his defenses were on OBW weekly shows. Karan Cook really is the workhorse champion of OBW. Now Karan makes his way to the ring to take on the man that attacked him at OBW Redemption, Chris Campbell. Karan Cook, he knows every trick in the book, knows every move, every counter. This man is a tenured professional wrestling veteran. Karan Cook, however, does have a huge challenge on his plate with the Samoan soldier, Chris Campbell. And there is that gorgeous new design, the OBW Iron God Championship. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd and I are at bated breath as now we see the two competitors, the Samoan soldier, Chris Campbell, the challenger, and now the champion, the Dream Killer, the reigning, defending Iron God champion, the workhorse of the company, Karan Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an absolute masterclass house fight. Big, meaty men slapping meat. The referee holding up the championship. Karan Cook, Chris Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, the bell has rung, the title is on the line. Karan floats over, Liger bomb out the gate, cover, one. No, you're not going to put away Chris Campbell that early, ladies and gentlemen. Now Karan Cook lifting up Chris Campbell, the power of the Dream Killer, to toss Chris Campbell like he is nothing. And now Chris with a clothesline to the back of the head of Karan Cook and into a cover of his own. 1, 2, no. Chris almost had it as well. Chris now taunting in the face of Karan, and now a collar and elbow. These two men jockeying for position. Karan, obviously the veteran, with a headlock. Chris Campbell and Karan Cook, and now Karan wrenching that headlock. This man has his own school training people how to wrestle. You think he doesn't know a little bit? This man is a veteran, and now masterfully changing it into a wrist lock onto Chris Campbell. Karan Cook, a master technical wrestler. But now Chris Campbell, no slouch either, taking him down into a chin lock. Chris Campbell and Karan Cook trying to out-wrestle each other, and now wrenching that chin lock is Chris Campbell. Campbell now has Karan right where he wants him. But Karan trying to fight out, but it just gets right into a wrist lock. Chris Campbell, no slouch when it comes to professional wrestling. These two men are highly accomplished. And now just really wrenching in on Curran here. Campbell and Cook. Two men that are very tenured, very good wrestlers. Now a takedown by Chris Campbell, getting the advantage of that exchange. And now he went for a lariat, but Curran got one of his own. These men tried to go lariat for lariat. And now Curran Cook gets it right back into a collar and elbow. Jockeying for position. And Curran powers Chris Campbell down. And now again, a collar and elbow tie-up. Chris Campbell gets into an arm lock. Curran Cook working over the Samoan soldier. But Campbell now with a counter of his... Oh my God! Slamming Curran's arm into the mat. Chris Campbell, he is an aggressive man. And now Curran gets Chris into the corner. What does the Dream Killer have in mind? The champion. Big drop kick into the corner. Runs off again. Curran with another drop kick into the corner. Surprisingly agile man Curran Cook is. Now Curran looking for the Kamigoye, and he gets all of it. Curran Cook looking for the win. One. No. Curran Cook unable to put away Chris Campbell that easily. And now Curran has Chris up for whatever the hell. Oh! Big Yokosuka cutter by the Dream Killer. And now Curran dragging Chris further to the middle of the ring. What does he have in mind? Chris Campbell is up and counters whatever Curran was going for there. Big super kick to the back of the head by Chris Campbell. And now Campbell looking for something here with a big twisting kick to the face of Curran Cook. A tornado boot. 1, 2, no. Curran Cook able to get the shoulder up. And now the punches raining down from Chris Campbell. Chris Campbell now calling Curran up to his feet. What does Chris Campbell have in mind? Looking for the Samoan spike onto Curran Cook. 1, 2, no. Curran gets the shoulder up. Unbelievable. Now Chris Campbell drops down. Goes for something, but Curran gets an elbow. Now Chris gets the counter. Chris Campbell with a Russian leg sweep and big punches to Curran Cook. This is your main event, ladies and gentlemen. And now he went for a clothesline, but what the hell is Curran doing? Oh, tombstone facebuster there by the champion. That could be it. 1. No. Curran Cook, he is now firing up here at all cylinders. Big knee to the arm by Curran Cook. And now Cook went for something, but no. Campbell gets the counter. Wait, Curran Cook has Chris Campbell for the... Oh! Dominator by Curran. 1, 2, no. Chris Campbell got the shoulder up. Now Curran haunting. What could the Dream Killer have in mind here? What the hell is this? A big power slam onto Chris Campbell. Now both men are on the outside of the ring. Now Chris Campbell looks for something on Curran. And face first into the barricade goes Curran Cook. Now Chris Campbell and Curran. Two men. Oh, went for a clothesline. Didn't get all of it. Curran now has Chris Campbell. Big suplex on the outside. Now Curran going to get back into the ring. No, he's going to the top rope here. What does Curran Cook have in mind? Curran Cook on the top rope. What is he thinking? Big diving clothesline by Curran Cook all the way to the outside. And now Curran went for a stomp to the head, but Chris Campbell gets the counter. Chris now has Curran. Curran slammed onto the barricade. Chris Campbell going to the top rope now. What does Chris Campbell have in mind? Big diving headbutt by Chris Campbell. And now Curran up to his feet. Chris Campbell looking to get Curran back into the ring, but no, Curran gets the counter. These two are going to need to get back into the ring. Mind the referee's count. Curran whipping Chris Campbell all the way across the arena. You guys really are going to need to get back in the ring. Mind the referee's count. Come on, guys. And now Curran with a German suplex. Looking for a second one. Is he going to get the third? 3 suplexes, German suplexes to Chris Campbell. And now Karan Cook gonna try and get the guy back into the ring to try and win this match fairly. Karan and Campbell are both back in the ring. And now Karan with a cover on Chris Campbell. 1, 2, I believe. 2 count. I couldn't really see the ref all that well. I'm watching from my monitor, you know. And now Karan and Chris trading shots. Now Campbell trying to go for something on Cook, but Cook gets the counter. Big RKO by Karan Cook. And now Karan taunting Chris Campbell here. And now Karan going all the way to the top rope. What does the Dream Killer have in mind? Wait a minute. He got caught. Chris Campbell. Somehow it's Spike. New champion. 1, 2. How in the hell did Karan Cook kick out of that? We almost just had a new champion. And now Chris Campbell in the firm advantage with a spine buster onto the Dream Killer. Chris Campbell in the advantage here. And now taunting Karan Cook. Chris Campbell calling the Dream Killer to his feet. Now went for a chop, but no. Karan gets the counter. Now Karan going for a super kick on a Chris Campbell. Karan Cook now lifting the Samoan Soldier up to his feet. Looking for another Dominator. Karan Cook nails the Dominator. Chris Campbell is in trouble. 1, 2, no. Chris Campbell gets the shoulder up. Karan Cook has to do a lot more to defeat Chris Campbell. And now Campbell getting the counters. Snapmare takedown. And now just knee after knee after knee to the Dream Killer. Chris Campbell could be closing in on an OBW Iron God Championship win. On the top looking for the Samoan Splash. Oh my God! Out of nowhere! RKO by Karan Cook. That is it. 1, 2, 3. Karan Cook retains. What the hell? Karan Cook having to pull that out of absolutely nowhere to retain the Iron God Championship. What a win for the Iron God Champion. Now, wait, what the hell? No way. There is no freaking way. No chance in hell. No way. I know this music. I know it damn well. And there ain't no way. There is no way. None at all. There's none, no. Karan Cook in the ring. Flabbergasted. Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, the flag bearer, Jackson Bates, is in OBW. What the hell is he doing here? This crowd has gone crazy. I can barely hear myself think. Former King of Vegas champion. What the hell is Jackson Bates doing here? What the hell? This crowd has been lost into a frenzy. I can barely hear myself. I can barely hear his music. What the hell? Jackson Bates is in Oblivion Bound Wrestling, and he is here, I guess, to confront the Iron God Champion, which can only mean one thing. The flag bearer wants the OBW Iron God Championship. Oh my God. Jackson Bates is an OBW. Of all the shocking moments, of all the twists, of all the turns, I would have never expected this. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest professional wrestlers in all of the industry. This man has fought men like Comeback Kid X, Chase Albright. This man has taken on every and all challengers. He is a part of one of the greatest groups in wrestling, Violent Legacy. And now he is here to confront the Iron God Champion. They now stare down, face to face, Karan Cook and Jackson Bates, and Karan leaves. Karan does not want a piece of this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we're ending the show. What a moment!